All right, so I'm just gonna straight up just ramble and rant here. So today I exposed the fact that the Flintstones are Behemoth, and Behemoth is, of course, a mythical creature, and is one of the seven heads on the beasts of apocalypse that the Whore of Babylon rides. Um, and it's a part of the whole jungle evil thing. It's a part of the evil that is trying to take everything, trying to turn everything into the jungle, basically. Um, Take us back in time, destroy civilization, and their main way of doing it is through pornography. However, here we have the Flintstones cartoon, which is a perfect example of, the desire to take everything back to primitive times. Um, that show is not, it's not just that show. There's also a Flintstones cereal, Fruity Pebbles. And most of the cereal is ran by the outer beings. At least the crappy, first, third, and fifth ingredients are basically sugar in these cereals. Yeah, so this lets me know that this creature, this behemoth, works with the outer beings. Also, in Dungeons and Dragons, I told y'all he's Demogorgon over there. And Demogorgon is friends with Dagon. Dagon is a famous outer being. So, so yeah, that lets me know even more now. Gives me even more info about this motherfucker working with the outer beings. And I'm saying they all work with each other, but this one seems a little more closely, intimately associated with them. So this jungle evil, it's funny because Lovecraft writes about jungle evil, and those tales may be considered as part of the Cthulhu mythos, but they're just not. In my opinion, they're not. I have a playlist, and it's talking about Behemoth. Behemoth is Behemoth is the first video in there, but they've it's been foolishly labeled as an avatar of Cthulhu. Okay, these things are not. It's not the same type of evil. I'm sorry. It's just a whole different type of evil. I believe Herbert West, Reanimator, this scientist who is able to like inject people with shit and bring them back from the dead, but sometimes they'll come back and they'll be like this horrible monster or whatever. And I think that's the energy that invades the dead person's body or whatever. It seems I can just kind of get the feel of that vibe of what's going on. Also, the lurking fear, that also seems to be another not Cthulhu type of evil. Now these one of these types of evil, one of the beings that is one of the most powerful representatives of this type of evil, is the Kraken. And you would think that the Kraken, with all its tentacles and squid-like ways, you would think the Kraken would be a Lovecraftian thing, but it's just not. It's it's over there with Leviathan. It's over there with Behemoth. They're different. Okay. There's just different forms of evil in this universe. And my hope is with this channel that there's some people out there that can really recognize what's going on with it. When you encounter evil in this world, whether it be in food or in other people or whatever, yeah, can you recognize that brand of evil? There's 3 brands of evil. There's evil from hell, which Ayin is the architect of hell. Ayin is the mother of Satan. And Mephistopheles and a lot of other beings that ended up becoming angels but then falling. And so anyways, so yeah, Ayin is the grand architect of hell. She's the opposite of God, just like God is the grand architect of heaven. And that's a type of evil that's more understandable. Okay, the outer being evil is madness, it's perversion. And I'm saying the evil from hell is about treachery, is about opposing God's will. These outer beings, they aren't even allowed to hang out in hell. They just got totally banished to the outer realms. So they're always on the outside looking in. And so anyways, and then you have the jungle evil, which is this savage, brutal, primal type of evil. Okay, and they all work with different types of witchcraft, I think. Yeah, they're different. So anyways, so I just wanted to throw that out there. This is for all the real occult crackheads. Yeah. And I think maybe they're kind of worried about this, about this really getting exposed. Oh, I already figured out who is Coca-Cola, who's Pepsi. So yeah, it's becoming very clear to me how evil works, how they, how they infiltrate us. And it's funny because a lot of it is through food. And when I watch The Sopranos, the producers, when they're commentating on the show, they talk about how much the show is about food. And yeah, food is just so important. And in this country, we just have just taken a shit on food, basically. It's like, it's not as important as it should be. And I've kind of noticed in my own life, like, I will, sometimes if things just aren't going right for me, I will drop everything and just have a good meal, as good a meal as I can make. So Yeah, y'all. It's a jungle out there. What is it? Quiet as lambs and wise as snakes, or is it quiet as clams or soft as lambs and I don't know, something like that. But be wise as snakes, okay? Um, and recognize that you got these three gangs out here running around, just running shit, running vibes, running interpersonal relationships, governments, multinational corporations, the shit on your table that you're gonna put in your kid's mouth. It's all kind of ran by evil. The shit you're gonna watch on the internet. I mean, well, hopefully not. Oh, and of course, if you're watching this, I mean, is anything else more ran by evil than this channel?